Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Ivy and I have a grocery haul for you today, as well as our week 3, what we ate this week for the Three Rivers Challenge. So speaking of, we are doing the Three Rivers Challenge, which is the pantry and freezer grocery challenge, where you basically don't go to the grocery store for the month of January and February. We are choosing to mainly just do the month of January. We're using up items that we have on hand, and everybody that's doing the challenge sets their own goal. My goal is to spend $35 or less per week. Well, around $35, because the threshold for online Walmart grocery pickup is $35 to get it for free, and to not go in the store and be tempted and buy things I don't need. It's just easier for me. Plus, I just love online grocery pickup. So we are doing really, really good. At the end, or like after I show you the groceries, I'm going to show you what meals we have left. We have 1 week left in January. So basically 1 week left of our challenge. We've done really good. We once again spent right at $35. I'm not counting my non-food items in my budget. So all together, I spent like $75 because I had to get some non-food items. But we'll go through those in just a minute. But still going really well. I will also show you my freezer, which is looking pretty sparse in a good way. We have used up so many things that were in there that I was dying to use up. We've gone through a lot of snacks on our shelf. So I'll just give you a little bit of recap, because basically I didn't cook very much this past week. We ate a lot of leftovers, and so I don't have very many meals to add onto there. So I'm going to give you those like pantry and freezer recap just to add a little bit more content to this video. Plus we're halfway through, well, over halfway through, 3/4 of the way through. So it'll be a nice update to see where we are at this point. And then 1 more week. So let's dive right in and look at the groceries we picked up and needed this week. All right, this is everything I picked up at the store this week. Oh, plus dog food over there. So we're just going to kind of start with the dog food. That alone is $30. So that is a huge chunk of the $75 I spent total. So then the rest of the items were all, majority of them are high-ish priced items. So 2 gallons of whole Highland milk. So we got $10 right there. A 48 count of our favorite house blend coffee, the Great Value, still our favorite. And I haven't updated in a while, but the quality has definitely improved. Scotty's right here by me. Have you noticed any that were doing the grounds?
They've all been good. I think we had a bad box or so.
Yeah, we definitely had like 2 bad boxes in a row, but thankfully it has been resolved. So haven't had any issues with it anymore, if anyone was wondering. I just haven't updated. Anyway, so that's like $17. So right there, we're at $25-ish out of the few groceries that we got. Then eggs, they're up there also. They're almost $5 for an 18 count. Needed a few veggies this week. Riley wanted some celery. She's been making this, I don't even know what she said, cottage cheese dip. I don't know. But she wanted celery for that. And then I needed a bell pepper for a meal. And then she wanted a bell pepper just for snacking. And then we are all a little bit sniffly. I bought a 4-pack of tissues the other day, and they are dispersed to every room in the house except now the living room. So I got just 1 more box. Even though I'm not counting my non-food items in my budget, I was still at $75. So I didn't want to go over that, which $75 is what I try and keep my main budget at anyhow. Anyway, so I only got 1 box instead of a 4-pack. That's what I was getting at. Aiden is still loving the nachos, so I picked up another thing of jalapenos, which I'm now realizing we're very low on cheese. So he's not going to be able to do nachos, but that's okay. He'll survive. And then sugar, like literally maybe 1/4 cup of sugar left. We cut that one really close this week. And then, like I said, the dog food. This is a game. I just have it here so I don't forget to take it. We'll mention it since it's here. It is hilarious. It's called The Bible is Funny, and it says the Bible taken out of context since AD 95, which I think is hilarious as well. Pardon my dogs. But it's basically like apples to apples, or someone said the other day, like Cards Against Humanity, which I've never played that game. But anyway, you have a prompt card, and then everybody puts in a short little verse from the Bible, and it's just makes it hilarious. We played it the other night as a family, and it's really, really fun. But I bought it for youth group, so I'm going to take it and we're going to play it tonight at youth group. Okay, well, that's it. There you go. There's the overview again. Let me get my list, and then we'll go through the pantry and freezer. Okay, so here's the original list that I made. Funny story, that chili I thought that was frozen, it was not chili. It was baked beans, and they were ridiculously freezer burnt. So they went to the chickens, and Scotty said the rooster was going to town on them. So I just threw those out to the chickens. So unfortunately, that did not create a meal for us, but that's okay. It got out of my freezer one way or another. But I can still make meatloaf. Probably not Frito pie. I actually did end up making chili again, and we ended up eating that as leftovers for days upon days. I think we were kind of sick of chili. And then let's see. I still do have a few more biscuits, and then I did thaw out some of that FFA sausage, so I could do breakfast sandwiches again. Baked chicken and brown rice. I only have one chicken breast left, so this possibly won't happen unless like the kids are gone one night and Scotty and I can just have it. This turkey and rice casserole, that's what I got the bell pepper for. And I actually might make that Sunday. We're having a pot blessing dinner after church. And that would make a lot. So I might just do that. I can still do hamburger stroganoff, 15 bean soup, lima beans, except I don't have ham. But like I said last week, I do have some bacon I found in the freezer. And then deer steak and fried potatoes I added because Miss Ann had asked for my deer steak recipe, which I don't fry the deer steak, Scotty does, but I can probably film him doing it. So I added that one on there because it's something we haven't had in a while, and we have obviously everything we need. So we have more than enough meals to get us through this last week of the challenge, and the only item I had to buy was a bell pepper and then I guess eggs, because Scotty eats eggs just about every day. So I am putting things on this list as I run out of them. I think the only thing I ended up not getting was a seasoning, but I knew I wasn't going to need that in this week's groceries. And that's something I talked about last week, kind of like the shift in my mind of like, just because I'm out of it doesn't mean I need to buy it now. If I know I need it, I can buy it when I need it, kind of thing. Or if I have a little bit of room left in my budget for that week. Also, like eating through, I can show you my snack shelf here. Well, yeah. Anyway, eating through things that we have before I buy more of something is also something I've kind of switched my mind about. It's like, oh, well, this sounds good this week. Well, it's like, well, we still have something similar to that. We need to finish it first. But like, I went through all those crackers and I never even made meatloaf. But we do have these club crackers, I'm not even showing you, that I could possibly use. And there's other options, for meatloaf. Anyway, so I'm going to show you my pantry, my freezer, and that's probably all for this video. Okay, sorry, it's pretty dark. Not much up here has changed. I opened ketchups and things like that, so I don't have nearly as much overstock up here as I once did. These syrups. So, yep, that's served us well. And then I am going to have to do a stock up on canned goods. That is for sure. I do have a tuna left, a few little miscellaneous items. Only one cream soup. I'm going to need that for that casserole. Oh, wait, am I going to need it for that casserole? No, I'm not. Never mind. So, yeah, just doing all right on canned goods for the recipes I have left. But it would not hurt to do a stock up, especially of like canned tomatoes, canned beans. I don't have any canned beans actually, so that would be something good to get. Definitely cream soups. Those are the staples for me. Canned vegetables. I've got plenty of stock here, which I need to think of something to make with that. So that's definitely going to need a restock. Baking goods, we're all good on it. I did use several packets of this powdered milk, so that was actually awesome to have on hand. Allowed me to be kind of creative and use that up. I did refill my rice last week. We went through a whole thing of rice, but rice is such a great staple to have. And then these noodles, which again, hamburger stroganoff's on the list. Those are my beans. So we've done good on that. And then cereals, I actually have not bought cereals in quite a while. But the kids are eating up what we have, and that's my goal, is to like eat what we have instead of keeping buying more. That's how we end up with like half a serving of something left, because we buy something new and exciting and they open that one, and then the one that was already open doesn't get finished. So trying to get that really good and depleted before I get anything else. Okay, then over here at my snack shelf, we're doing fine. Got a loaf of bread last week. It's holding strong. Still got granola and marshmallows in there. Most of what was here is still here. Just trying to slowly eat through it. We have eaten a lot of the crackers that were right there. So I need to organize this, but I still feel pretty good. Oh, there's some crackers. Still feel pretty good about the dent that we've made in this. Okay, and here's where the real difference has been made. Don't look at that. I need to actually clean it, but I did some reorganizing. Once the challenge is done, there'll be more reorganizing. So this side is all prepackaged stuff. So like fruit, and then those biscuits are there, fries, and mixed vegetables. Ooh, I could make fried rice one more time. That was so good the other night. And then that's the turkey I'm going to use up. Peppers and onions, I need to use those. And then this is a little bit of that bacon that I found. There's more bacon right along there. This actually needs to go in the garbage, but I didn't want to throw it in the trash can until it was literally going out the door. It's a very freezer burnt piece of fish that has lost its vacuum seal, unfortunately. I did also find another piece of fish that is good. So Scotty said he's going to eat that for lunch. This is all our summer sausages, Powerade popsicles. I have not made those cookies, but that's something I want to make. And then I put these little organizing bins in here. So all of my ice packs, everything's contained and it's not falling through the grates. That's so nice. We've used up a couple things of ice cream and that pot pie. And this is all just big hunks of meat that we need to think of something to do with. That's like our oldest stock for sure. And we need to get something done with that. And then this is, oh no, this is the baked turkey I'm going to use. This is the smoked turkey from Thanksgiving. I need to think of a recipe to use that in. Of course, smoked is a very different flavor. So, and then these are dog food, and this is the one chicken breast I have left. All right, y'all, let's get to the food. Please excuse my voice. It's a little scratchy right now. This is chicken chili, absolutely one of our favorite meals. 2 frozen chicken breasts. I did double everything. There's only one thing on the counter of each. 2 cans of corn, 2 cans of tomatoes, 2 cans of chili beans, 2 packages of ranch, 2 tablespoons of each cumin and chili powder, and 2 blocks of cream cheese. I doubled it because we had family dinner night. Here it is all in the crock pot, but I didn't get an after because we were so hungry. We gobbled this up so fast. I totally forgot to get an after shot. So you're just going to have to trust me. It doesn't look super appetizing there, but it is seriously incredible. You will honestly thank me later if you make that. So give that one a try. Next up is tuna casserole. We have made this together before. Cream of mushroom soup, can of tuna, egg noodles, and some cheese. I made way too many egg noodles this night, so I just buttered some and served it with some canned spinach, and it was so delicious. I loved canned spinach anyway, but I love this meal. Now, Saturday morning, Scotty made me some fried eggs and toast, and it was the sweetest thing to sit there my last morning with my Christmas tree. Saturday night, we had some burgers and fries, and I did not have any burger buns. So I found a recipe and made some homemade hamburger buns for the first time ever. I was definitely inspired by Mandy because she makes her homemade burger buns all the time. So I figured I should give it a whirl, and it was crazy easy. It was just a normal bread recipe, basically. I think the thing I would do, which you'll see here in a little bit, would be squish them down a little more because they were super puffy. If you saw those M&Ms, they did not go in the batter. I was just eating them while I was waiting for that to mix for X amount of minutes. But So here it is kneading in my stand mixer, and just made it into 8 little buns. And like I said, I would have squished them down a little more, but this is my first time ever, and I was so happy with how they turned out, and they were so incredibly delicious. This is before they go into the oven. And now let's get started on our burgers. That is 2 pounds of deer burger or ground deer meat. And I use half of that FFA sausage there, which was about a pound, maybe a pound and a quarter. And then I use that McCormick garlic and herb seasoning. And I didn't have quite enough. It was almost empty. So I also used that garlic pepper seasoning to put on the tops. But that's literally all I put in there. That garlic and herb seasoning is so flavorful. That's all that we need. So I just put it in with the meat, squish it all together. I use gloves because I hate raw meat on my hands. It totally grosses me out. And then I just sprinkled some of that garlic pepper on the outside of it. And Scotty went and grilled them. And we had some French fries, so I fried up just a small portion of it because I knew the burgers were going to be really big. So just enough for us to each have a few French fries with our burgers. But like I said, the buns ended up being perfect. They were the perfect size for the patties. They tasted delicious. They held up so good. And I'll definitely be doing that again. Here's my completed burger, pepper jack cheese. Oh man, when I tell you this was good, I can't exaggerate. It's so good. Okay, then I decided I needed to use up those bananas in my freezer. That bowl in the back is bananas and it looks grody, but this was some of the best banana bread I had ever made. Here is Mimi's recipe. It is the best banana bread. Screenshot it. You'll thank me later. And it doesn't say, but cook it for an hour at 350. And then the back of it says, and then decrease the temperature to 250 and do for another 20 minutes. And I don't know what it is about it. It's just the best banana bread ever. Now here I am putting in the nuts, and I only had enough pecans for 1 loaf, and I made 2 loaves out of this. I actually doubled it. I don't think I said that. And so I actually took some of those candied almonds that I did last week and crushed those up and put in there. And guys, I am not exaggerating. It was so good. I know I already said this was the best banana bread ever, but it was so good. And the cinnamon from those nuts, just like, I can't even. It was so good. Put candied nuts in your banana bread. Trust me. All right, then Sundays, not Super Bowl Sunday. I was totally going to say Super Bowl Sunday, but it was Chiefs game Sunday. And so I decided to make some football foods. So I had these canned biscuits left over from the youth group lock-in, and I had those little Smokies. I found them in the freezer once I got down lower. I didn't even know they were in there, probably from the Super Bowl last year. And so I wanted to get them used up. And so I just flattened out those biscuits. Normally I would use crescent rolls, but this worked perfectly. And Scotty said he loved them. So that is great. If somebody loves them, then I've done something right, you know. So I was able to use up 2 of the 4 packages of biscuits that I had, and that entire rest of that package of little Smokies. And they were great. I just dipped them in some spicy mustard, and I enjoyed them, and so did Caleb and Riley and Aiden. I also found a random summer sausage that wasn't in its vacuum seal package. Couldn't have been in there very long, but I wanted to definitely get it used up before it got freezer burnt. And so cut up that, opened some Ritz crackers, cut up some cheese, and we just had summer sausage, cheese, crackers, and pigs in a blanket. And we ate an entire loaf of that banana bread for dinner that night between the 5 of us. And I have no regrets. Actually, we did send Caleb home with a big chunk of it, but oh yeah, it stuck. I didn't grease the pan very good. That was on me. I was probably supposed to flour it too, but I just greased it. Anyway, look at it. It's still steaming hot, but Riley giving the thumbs up there. She could not wait to get a piece. So she got the first piece while the pigs in a blanket were finishing up. They don't look quite done, but I promise they were. They were crispy. And we just really enjoyed having a little snacky night for dinner this night. And it was definitely a hit with everybody. And that was the last thing I cooked this week. Monday, the family was gone. Tuesday, we went to a basketball game. And here we are back around to Wednesday. So as you can see, we have made some huge dents in areas of our house that was my hope for this challenge, was to go through those few areas. And I'm really proud of how we've done and the shift that it's made in my mind. I really liked making the month-long list. The family liked the month-long list, honestly, because I'd say, what do you want for dinner? Or even a couple times Riley was like, ooh, I was looking at the list. Can we have this? And I was like, yeah. So knowing what we have on hand to make, not putting it like, okay, I have a friend that does like a month-long meal plan, and I am so proud of her, and yay her. But so like this Saturday, she knew 3 weeks ago what they were going to have for dinner. I can't do that because I don't know what I'm going to feel like eating, or even cooking for that matter, 3 weeks from now. But having a list of available options, I definitely can do. And again, like I said, the family enjoyed it. They could look at the list, pick something out, tell me what they want, and it just took a lot of the guesswork out. We kind of were already doing that with our little list that had like 5 or 6 options on it. This is just a larger scale. So anyway, all in all, the challenge is going well. I did pretty good. I think I said I was right around $35 this month, or this week as well. So I'm pretty proud of myself again. And that's it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, so you don't miss any of my future content. I still have 1 more week of this challenge. Then I'm obviously going to have a little bit of a stock up of the groceries we've depleted. So I'm going to have a larger haul at the end of all of this. I actually really want to go check out Aldi if I can make it down. It's about 30 to 40 minutes away to get to Aldi. But I've never really shopped there. Scotty and I kind of did when we were early married, but that's been ages ago. And so I'd like to go and see what they have, see where I could save even more in my grocery budget, or if I would save more in my grocery budget. You know what I'm saying? So those things are to come. So if you are interested in that kind of content, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss it. Thanks for coming along with me on this one today. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.